Hello everyone, welcome to my book review of Stephen Fry's Appetite for America and the DVD The Harvey Girls Opportunity Bound. Now, just as the author who didn't know about Fred Harvey until he encountered his portrait in the hotel lobby of El Tovar, I also didn't know about Fred Harvey until I read this extraordinary book. Now, Fred Harvey established a powerful franchise empire from Kansas and Chicago all the way to the west to Los Angeles and San Bernardino. Fred Harvey was an immigrant that came to the United States seeking economic and social stability. He was a father of entrepreneurship in America and was credited with the successful establishment of the Harvey houses, which included lunchrooms, restaurants, and hotels along the railroads, primarily the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railway. He is referred to as the founding father of the first restaurant chain in the United States. Now, going from a pot scrubber to an extremely successful marketer and profitable restaurant owner was no easy task. I believe that Fred Harvey was able to be successful for three reasons: his resilience, the brand that he created, and the integration of women in the workforce. Now, the author describes Fred as a resilient individual. Fred Harvey had many setbacks in his personal and business life, but he didn't let those hinder his success. For example, his young wife Anne passed away shortly after giving birth to their second child. This was so troubling for Fred, but with no job and 2 kids to raise at the time, Fred was able to get remarried within 4 months and continue his life. Another setback was his business partner, who cheated him and ran off with $32,000 of their combined earnings. Fred Harvey was able to get past this, a setback, and move on. Now, there's a very famous quote by Robert F. Kennedy that only those who dare to fail greatly can ever achieve greatly. And Fred was able to do this with his tenacious character and resilient attitude. Second, Fred Harvey created a powerful brand that was synonymous with superior quality and excellence in service. Food along the railroads from the Midwest to the West Coast was awful. The food was cold, the coffee was 2 weeks old, and it was just plain bad. Fred Harvey was able to actually instill quality into the food and provide great service for an affordable price, which was something that differentiated him from everybody else. Now, I do want to let you know that today, 2 different products, 2 different companies, Apple and Starbucks, they've differentiated themselves as well. One by innovating products that others failed to foresee, and the other keeping beverages consistent around thousands of stores across the world. Now, back then, Fred Harvey was able to differentiate himself and his brand from everyone else, and that created a memorable dining experience and hotel experience that was not only amazing, but affordable to many, in which my opinion is sheer genius. Lastly, Fred was able to create a memorable and amazing dining experience and a civilized one. The DVD, The Harvey Girls, Opportunity Bound, talks about how Fred employed over 100,000 women who left their home on the East Coast and traveled to Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railway and to work as waitresses. Now, these women replaced wild men that he hired early on who just didn't cut it for Fred. He wanted to put a delicate touch, which he did, and he accomplished that by having these women be waitresses and provide superior quality in 68 Harvey houses that he established. The women who had become to be known as the Harvey Girls were given an opportunity that was very hard to come by back then. And for $17.50 per month, that was pretty good earnings and wages for women in the late 19th century. The Harvey Girls helped Fred Harvey become famous for serving incredible and delicious food along the train tracks of the West, and were very well known in their time. I will let you know that Stephen Fry and Katrina Parge do an excellent job in describing Fred Harvey as the man and the powerful brand. He appropriately and successfully paints Fred Harvey as a successful human with his persistence and resilient attitude, the ability to create a lasting brand image and incorporate women in the massive workforce when opportunities for women were very hard to come by. Also, the director of the movie paints Fred Harvey as a workforce liberator of women who promoted opportunities for women and encouraged cultural diversity in the American workforce. I'm so glad that I learned about Fred Harvey in this class. and I will not hesitate to discuss him with my friends, family, and other ones to actually highlight the significance of this American business figure in the American culture. I really appreciate your time and checking out my review for this book and DVD. Thanks, everybody.